to protect the prey that the wolf pack had worked so hard to obtain. Our wolf king had his spine broken by a massive brown bear during the fierce battle just now. Watching him lying in a pool of blood, growing weaker and weaker, I was trembling all over with immense panic, and my mind went completely blank. I looked helplessly at the rest of the pack, pleading in my heart for them to step in and help, but I saw indifference in their eyes. They had no intention of helping. What broke my heart even more was that in less than 2 minutes, they had already chosen a new wolf king and left without looking back. Watching the pack leave, I clearly understood the importance of survival priority in animal society. But I did not leave because he was not only the pack's wolf king, but also my only lifelong partner. I cleaned the blood off his body over and over again, silently hoping that maybe a miracle would happen. I pressed tightly against him, wanting to accompany him on his final journey. The sun slowly sank into the valley, and too many words were stuck in my chest. The pack had found a new leader, but my partner had closed his eyes forever. With great effort, I dragged him deep into the thick forest, away from that terrifying brown bear. Even though his body had lost all warmth, I still pressed tightly against him, trying to transfer my body heat to him. I had originally planned to leave this world with him. If we couldn't share a bed in life, we would share a grave in death. That was the last promise I could make to him. But just then, a sudden strange feeling in my abdomen changed everything. I was pregnant. This discovery was like a spark suddenly bursting forth on an icy plain, igniting my nearly extinguished will. I had been ready to follow him in death, but now I realized that rather than ending my life like this, it was more important to continue the last trace of his bloodline in this world. However, the new leader would never allow the offspring of his predecessor to survive, so I had to leave this land full of memories. I resolutely embarked on a long journey, crossing one snow-covered mountain after another, not knowing where the end would be. I chose to travel along the ridges, avoiding places where I might encounter other packs as much as possible. In the days that followed, I trudged through the severe cold of -30°C, narrowly avoiding a sudden avalanche. After walking over 1,100 kilometers, I finally saw Mont Blanc, the second highest peak in Europe, standing before me. Seeing this unfamiliar land, I knew my journey could pause here. I eagerly rushed into the forest at the foot of the mountain, began familiarizing myself with the surrounding terrain, and searched for a suitable place to hide. A few days later, on a stormy night, I gave birth to 6 little lives. Looking at their tiny bodies, like points of starlight in the dark night, they warmed my cold heart. But I couldn't relax for even a moment. Now that I was alone, I had to protect the cubs, while also finding ways to hunt for food to maintain my milk supply. In the days after giving birth, I could only barely fill my stomach by chewing bark and digging for worms. No matter how cautious I was, danger still arrived unexpectedly.